morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. See that? It's a puddle. We got the rain last night, right on schedule. They said it would start at midnight, and sure enough it did. And I think it's supposed to rain all day today, although right now we've had a let up in the rain. So everything is like a sauna here today. It's hot and muggy and steamy and wet. The ground is extremely happy. It smells really fresh, you know, and the birds are happy because they got water to bathe in and to drink. And the barley field's gonna love it because with that barley off, that moisture will soak right into the ground. So I'll take you around the farm today as we get chores done, and we'll see what happened last night with the straw. And this is why we wanted the straw off last night and to get it baled, because sometimes the forecast is wrong, but sometimes it's right. And right there, it looks like we got 2¼ inches last night. Quite a lot of rain. Like I said, the gardens and all the crops that are still growing, like the spring barley and the corn, when it rains like this, it sucks in that moisture right away and it pumps it right into the little kernels that are growing. So when you have a year of harvest when the corn kernels and the barley kernels and the wheat kernels are really plump, it's a sign that you had a lot of moisture that year, because the little kernels suck all that up. And on a dry year, the seeds will actually look a little withered and will be much smaller and harder. So you want the rain at this time of year, because now's when they are putting their energy into making those kernels, because those kernels are actually their seeds. So it's important for the plant too. And it's important for the farmer because, as you can see, we're paid not too much for it, but the bigger the kernels, the heavier it weighs, and the more we get paid. Well, good morning, Tommy. You're not out here too much. Are you hungry? You are a nice old barn cat, aren't you? Hey, Tom? Tommy's fed and sitting at his normal perch. Hi, Tommy. These guys are all fed and sitting by their fan because we're supposed to be going into another heat wave. I know I keep saying that, but they're talking with the Humidex. It's going to be up in the 40s again, 40 degrees Celsius, which for Canada is hot, and for the sheep it's hot. So just a few days of that. Summer after all. Hi, you guys are lovely. So if things look a little fuzzier today, it might be because I have to keep wiping my lenses because the steam keeps fogging them all up. Hey girls. And look who we have here. Hi, how you doing with the girls? Hey? You look like you're doing really well. Hi, buddy. There you go. There you go. You like the girls? So I'm gonna just double check that they've got clean water. It's especially critical on days that are really hot. Kicked all their hay in too. Had a good look at everyone. Knockout is going down the line, checking on the ewes. But everyone looks good in this barn. Katie agrees. Are you checking them out? You happy about that? Hey? Okay, so he came up to me while I was doing the mineral, but he went to get some mineral. He didn't try to hit me or anything. But like I say, because I'm not used to him in a breeding group, I gotta watch that. But so far he shows no sign of aggression towards me, and probably he won't. We got Arnie patiently waiting here with the rams, the big boys. They're all lined up so nicely at the fence. Hi everybody! Hi! We got Gladiator. Hi Glad. We got Quincy. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Hilton. Handsome. Who are you? I don't know. Calvin. Hannibal back there with the blockhead. Can't miss him ever. This is the center core again. This seems to be working out because they eat this center core basically in 2 days. So it never has a chance to ferment because that is wrapped hay. It has to be eaten up in a couple of days or it will mold because it's got moisture on it. So it encourages bacteria and stuff to grow. But they love it. They're not too interested in the dry hay over there when there's this new hay option for them. So the main barn is done. We'll head on over to the coveralls now. As we walk over, we can see that our tomatoes are finally starting to ripen. And yeah, I still got the never-ending zucchini supply. I forgot to give it to the baler yesterday. I'll have to see if someone else wants some. But Arnie brought as much of the straw home last night as he could. He stacked some up under the lean-to there in front of the hay. You can see it there, the stuff that's got the mesh wrap on it. Others he wrapped in plastic. It's just a thin film of plastic because it's not curing, it's dry straw. But we have no more barn space, so we have to keep it covered somehow. We have about, I think he said 20 some bales still in the field that he didn't have time to get in, but he did manage to bring our wrapper over to the field and wrap them right in the field. So that's what's nice about a wrapper. If you're really pushed for time, instead of loading them on a wagon and bringing them over here and offloading them and then wrapping them, if time is running short because a storm's coming in, you can wrap right in the field. And it kept the bales protected. Hi, buddy. And now we'll have to move them. It's not ideal to move the wrap bales because you don't want to puncture them or break the seal. But you do what you have to do. And he's got some straw over there. So we're gonna give that barn some bedding today. I assume that, unless he's just storing it there. Not quite sure. Oh, and he's got some here too. So I'm guessing he's planning on putting bedding down because you don't want that to get soaking wet today. Because as you can see, it is gonna be a rainy day, and right now there are little sprinkles of rain coming down on me. Looks like he's also stacking some of it in here. This is the side where there's just a few of the skinny ewes who are looking much better actually. The pressure's off them and they can eat and get their weight back on them. Hi Thelma, are you hungry? Well, you're not a bottle baby anymore. It's supposed to be for Linus. It is. I know you want some. Just had to pick Buddy up because he's so calm. He was laying in the gravel there by those straw bales. And you almost couldn't see him. He was just like sprawled right out watching everything. But yeah, you have to be careful because he blends right in. And of course, he always wants to be involved in everything. Hi, Linus. There you go, buddy. As I was feeding Linus and not paying attention, the skinnies all came out and headed to pasture. That should be okay for a while. Sneaky girls. The bale at the bottom there is the one that Corey's baler didn't quite bale up correctly. So it kind of looks like a nuclear reactor or something. But Arnie is actually not rolling it out. I didn't think these pens needed bedding yet. But he's just stacking the extra at the back of the barns. And that makes it easy for when we do want to give straw to the sheep because it's already here. So, and we have space in here right now also. So we're just gonna use these barns as storage as well. I actually forgot to mention that the reason Arnie had to go wrap those straw bales in the field was that, remember his hydraulic hose broke on the tractor when he was loading the straw yesterday, and he came home and he repaired it. Well, when he was doing it last night, the other one broke and sprung a leak. So he couldn't pick up the last few in the field, and that's why he drove the wrapper to the field and got it done. He was gonna leave it, but the risk of rain was so high. So it's really lucky he was able to bring the wrapper out there, because all that straw with 2.5 inches of rain almost probably wouldn't have fared too well out in the weather. So today we're going to be looking for some new hydraulic hoses. Most of the fall Dorset ewe lambs are in the field there right now, but a few of them decided to eat at the table instead of going out for a picnic. Just topping up this creep bin today. He had no room for this last night, so it was outside, so the grain's wet. We don't want it to mold. So he's gonna, until we have some barn space, he's just gonna try fit it in this opening at the front of the barn to try keep it dry. Buddy's out here again, and see how he's the color of gravel? We gotta be careful of Buddy. Buddy! Stop grooming, you can't stand in the laneway. We didn't have time to load the raccoon trap last night because we were too busy, but I assume tonight there'll be some food in there for them. Hi girls! You're gonna be with Sheriff any day now. He's a nice ram. These guys will probably go in a breeding group the same time as Gladiator. We're hoping we're only a few days away now from that. Putting the rams in can always be a day or two late. It's not a critical thing, but getting the grain and hay and crops in is always time critical, so that always takes priority at this time of year. But you can see we're starting to get some diarrhea in the group that's out at pasture. So that will also be something that's up and coming as we round all these girls that are out on pasture up and get them all dewormed and locked off pasture so that we can clean them up and get these girls prepared for breeding season as well. We want them to be in top condition when they get put into breeding groups. These girls are still in pretty good condition, but at this time of year they tend to start losing their condition as they go out to pasture. That's why we're going to lock them in shortly. You guys going out too? Go on then. So the majority of the barley went into that bin. Have to climb that ladder to show you how much it filled it up, but I'm not going to do that. But some of it also went in this silver bin, and it went on top of the corn that was in here. See, there's corn too. So we feed a 50-50 corn barley ration. So we just put some in here, and as it comes out the auger, it will kind of split up. Won't be exactly precise, but it will be good enough. So I thought I'd gotten all the big ones, and then I found these two monster ones. They were buried like right at the back of the planter underneath a whole bunch of leaves, so I couldn't see them. Like, it weighs about, that one at the front weighs about 10 pounds. What do you do with all this zucchini? It's crazy. So right now Arnie's trying to take the lines off here. Did you get them off? We didn't film too much of it because it can be a frustrating job.
Well, I mean, there's a point where you can snug them up and tighten them up, but it's not the Titanic where you have to tighten them up so tight that they look like you're welded on.
I don't think the Titanic was snugged up tight enough.
But we'll get some new lines today. I'm not complaining. They're about 25 years old, so.
And they hook onto the front of his tractor here to make these jaws work.
Why did that say that?
Right now we've just come to a place with our hydraulic hoses. We were told this guy has all kinds of hoses here. We haven't been here before.
I can't remember, John. I get so much stuff on the go.
So all that way for just that, and they're missing one, so you didn't get them all. Not too exciting.
New hoses.
Hi. As I come in the barn, Tommy and Kracker are flirting again. you finish it? So here we've got Gladiators group. Are these guys voluntarily all squished up? I thought they were all pushed up here with a gate, but they're all staying back here because they're afraid of what Arnie's doing. And this is what Arnie's doing. All for Glad. We're totally destroying our feeders. Now this is just temporary, but he's taken out every other bar. And he's gonna actually make a whole new section, but he doesn't have time right now. And we have to get breeding groups going. So when he has time, he will make those gaps a lot more narrow because that's way too wide. But we didn't want to risk Gladiator getting his head trapped. See, these are, so you can see these are all the rods that he's taken out. I'm sure he can reuse them, but that's what he's been working on. But the sheep don't like the sound of cutting, so they're all squeezed up as tight as they can be, even the ones on this side. And because he's using the electricity in here, all the fans are off. And boy, it sure doesn't take long to get hot in here. Knockout wants some attention, so maybe I'll go sit in with these girls and him. Hi, buddy. Ah, you're just a lover boy like all the other rams here. You're just a lover boy. Yeah. How did you get to be so nice? How did that happen? You look extremely needy. Hi, you're with a bunch of friendlies in this group. I didn't know how many friendlies there were. You're gonna like these girls. Yeah, you're gonna like them because they're all really nice. All he actually wants is his back rub. Oh my goodness. I know. Just move up a little. I can't reach you that far. I can't reach it. There you go. That's the way. That's the way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what you wanted. How about a little tummy scratch too? Do you like that? Does the tummy scratch feel good? Yeah, I think it does. Hi, you're lovely too. I can see that you just wanted to be pet. You did. This is Kodiak, our show ram from last year. Oh my goodness, you're just like your dad. Gladiator's your daddy. You're so friendly. He was in the recovering pen from getting worms, and he's doing really well. Oh, sweetheart. You're doing much better. Yeah, you are. Kracker, are you with Tommy again? What's with you and Tommy? I think you guys are always together. If you go to the States, I think Michael's gonna need to get a cat. Yeah, a cat like Tommy. Zodiac. He's just waiting for me to pet him. He's not wanting Tommy to play with him. He's wanting me to. Oh dear, honey. You are an angel. Oh yes, you are too. You guys are all angels. None of you guys are vicious rams. Now we've got more rams wanting to play with Tommy. Safe to say that Tommy loves the rams. We were going to be putting Gladiator in today, but I guess tomorrow we'll be putting rams in. He still has to put some plywood up so that the rams don't fight between the back gate. So that's something to look forward to for tomorrow. We're just gonna give them some hay and call that a day. So as we feed the sheep their dinner, I'm gonna go off to the house to make our dinner. So please join us again tomorrow, because I think we're gonna be bringing in Gladiator. So bye for now.